Hello, it is I, SteelCat, and welcome to a New Year's channel update. I used to do these on the channel every year during the first 2 or 3 years of SteelCat being a thing, back when I was doing beta lands and early on in the Minecraft 10 years ago days. The good old days of the SteelCat channel, you might say. But today, yeah, I'm gonna do another one. I think it's time I actually went back to this kind of format, and you'll kind of get why when I get around to what else I'm going to say throughout this potentially rambly, but also frank and honest update about my life and this channel and what I want to do going into 2025. The first thing I'm gonna say is that the footage you're watching right now was supposed to be the start of what I'm about to tell you about, but my mic was muted in OBS, so I just recorded an hour and was talking the whole time, and there's just nothing, so I'm gonna have to start that over. But that's okay. That's okay. There's still time. It's 5 o'clock. There's still plenty of time here on New Year's Day to get that done. And that actually makes it easier because I won't have to do nearly as much editing to get this out today, which means I can actually get it out today rather than this weekend. So let's start from the beginning. It's been a rough 2 years. It has been a rough 2 years in the life of the real person behind SteelCat. It really began in 2022, and there was just kind of a decline in the things I was trying to accomplish in life. I was having trouble doing it all, such as I was studying for an IT certification. I had this relationship going on, this long distance relationship. I had a YouTube channel that I was trying to keep going on, and things started not to go well. And that really began the first tangible manifestation of that, I would say, is the fact that I never completed the Minecraft 10 years ago series. I never gave it a proper conclusion. It just kinda ended, and I stopped making videos for it. And then NSSMP, I made like 2 videos, and then I couldn't keep it up, and that just petered out. And yeah, I was having trouble keeping up with that back in 2022 due to factors that I would say are just complicated. Some of it's my own fault, just my approach to life, my habits, just imperfections in my habits and the way I was approaching life back then. And then things that aren't my fault, especially when November 2022 came around and there was an ADHD medication shortage that lasted several weeks, months really, and that completely knocked me off my horse. And I have been struggling to get back to a good place mentally ever since, especially because things just kept getting messed up. Like, I kind of started to get back into it in 2023, and you can see that I was making my in-depth plus videos, and that was pretty good. But then at the end of 2023, I was basically forced out of my apartment by a massive rent increase. So in February of this year, I moved back in with my parents across the country in Alabama. And not February of this year, sorry, February of last year, because it's now 2025. Life has just been crazy, and you've seen it this year on the channel. I've done some streams, but I've literally published 2 videos in this entire year, and the recording that you're looking at is the first time I've recorded actual Minecraft in over a year, which is just crazy. But that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. But at this point, I think I'm starting to reach a bit more stability, and I'm starting to reach a bit more urgency in life. I am getting married this year in July. That means that someone is going to be relying on me to bring in the bacon, if you know what I mean. And so 2025 is a year for me to lock in, full stop. Like, I can't just rely on, oh, I have a job and then I'll get a job and it'll be fine. Like, I needed a career. At this point. I need something a bit more serious, a bit more, something that takes some actual skill. Whether that means I need to finish my IT certifications and try to do that, or if I need to say, hey, that field is a bit too saturated, let's try something else, something that is easier to get into, So I need to have that figured out this year. And then, how does that relate to my YouTube channel? Well, I don't want to stop. Certain wisdom would say, well, you have to just throw that aside and focus fully on your career and just totally lock in and just get rid of everything else you've ever wanted to do in life. And it's like, well, there are things I need to cut out in life, and I've been working through some of those, but I don't think this channel is really one of them. I think this has been good for me, and I think it has potential to be a side gig in the future. I mean, I've reached 1,000 subscribers. That's not bad. And I think part of why I've reached 1,000 subscribers is because of the starting premise of this channel. And really it came down to two things. One, I started this channel as a creative outlet for myself, which, I mean, duh, everybody does that. It's creative self-expression. That's what YouTube is, in theory, all about. And the other thing was, I had experienced times in my life when it felt like I had nobody, like I was all alone. And you would go on YouTube and you would just kind of have an escape from that, and Let's Players would just be kind of doing your thing and you could just watch. And sometimes these people were even relatable. They would talk about their life, and it would make you feel less alone, that other people are going through it too. They're experiencing life as it is, with its ups and downs, its good and its bad. And I wanted to be that for other people, basically. With this YouTube channel and the community that I built on Discord. And so I think what I need to do, what I'm going to do this year, is I need to go back to my roots, rediscover what this channel is about and why I'm doing this and what it's for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, maybe whenever I feel like it, some small one-off videos for various forms of Minecraft that I like. Everything from Classic Cube to Minetest to modded old school to whatever. And I'm also going to be playing in the world you're looking at now, except, you know, a different version of it because I have to remake it, but I'm going to call it the 2025 world, and I'm just going to play in this world for the whole year, record when I feel like it, and toward the end of the year, edit that all together, and it'll be like a feature-length Minecraft video about everything I did in this world in 1 year. Sort of like a 100 days challenge, but a lot more laid back and slow-paced. So it's just something new to try. It's an experiment, and it's an opportunity to really get back into the simplicity of this channel and not be overcome by the need to get the numbers and to get the views, and to get the next episode, that kind of thing. And maybe in real life, that's kind of what I need to do as well, is go back to the root of what I was trying to achieve before things kind of crashed in 2022, and why it was good and what was good about it and what wasn't good about it, and cut out what wasn't good about it and regrow from the good core of what I'm trying to do for my future and the future of my future family that I might have, which is just a crazy thing to think about, but that's life, man. And then one more thing, and some people may not like to hear this, might click off, that's life. I've been taking my Christian faith progressively more seriously in the past couple of years, and I just want to let you know that might be a thing that influences my content in the future. I can't really say what that looks like. What it does not look like is being preachy, okay? That drives me nuts. I hate that stuff. I have seen the preachy YouTube content, or really the preachy Christian Hollywood content, if you know anything about that. I definitely don't want to be that, but I also don't want to go through life wearing a politically correct mask of acceptability and, you know, only ever saying the most innocuous things possible and just being an innocuous, you know, non-specific YouTube personality with no opinions except that which I feel like my audience will always like and applaud me for. And it's like, you just can't do that in life, you know? And I think Minecraft doesn't really clash with my worldview even now. I don't think it really is capable of clashing with any worldview to an extent. The one thing I will say though is that I do fundamentally disagree with the philosophy behind the end poem. I'm not saying the end poem is bad or it shouldn't be there. I'm just saying I might make a video one of these days talking about why I disagree philosophically with the end poem. And it could be an interesting thing to add to the online conversation surrounding the end poem, because I think when people analyze it, I've never seen anybody critique it, really. I've never seen anybody say like, oh, I don't really agree with the philosophy behind this and yada yada. So that might be something I could do. A very different kind of video from what I normally do on this channel, but it could be fun. It could be fun just to do that. No hate to anybody who likes that poem, by the way. I think it's interesting. If nothing else, it's part of what makes Minecraft so quirky, you know? But with that, you guys, I just want to say Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being subscribed, for watching this, for being part of whatever this is. You know, it's easy to get, I think people get cynical about YouTube and Minecraft lately in the past few years with COVID and the economy. Myself and a lot of people, and maybe yourself, have gotten really cynical about it. You know, we say like, oh, it's this parasocial relationship and it's all views and numbers and fake personalities. And part of what I want to do with this year on YouTube is kind of get back to the basics, get back to the root of what was so magical about Minecraft and YouTube in the first place, you know, and just rediscover what that's all about. Try not to have yet another year that's more cynical than the last, you know. So, anywho, enough of my rambling. You have a happy new year. Thank you for listening, and God bless. And we'll see what happens, won't we? Catch ya when I catch ya. Peace out.